Bhagavad Gita, as I know. Bhagavad Gita is a sacred book which we read daily in our school as and other organizations at school. But Bhagavad Gita is a sacred book where Krishna said the truth of all the world, and he wrote so many better things which can make our life more better.
That is a very good explanation of Bhagavad Gita. See, basically, what is Bhagavad Gita? You have constitution for India, right? We have one big constitution for India. Same way we have constitution for life. Did you know which is the constitution for life? That is Bhagavad Gita. So it's not a book that you should read once in a lifetime and leave it. It is a guide to live your life. So why do we need it? All of you want success, right? Yes or no? See, how to get success, anybody knows? No, right? Some might say, I don't get success, that is different. But here in our book, in our culture, 5,000 years ago, it was written how to get success. See, its main focus was not to just get success, but to teach what is life. Right? So, first thing, let me begin with my speech. First thing which you have to learn is how to control your mind. This is very important aspect of your life. See, we have something called foundation. If you construct a building, you should have a particular foundation. If you don't have it, what will happen? It will collapse, right? If you have big apartments, you don't have foundation on top. This is the foundation. How to control your mind. Nowhere it is written how to control your mind. Here it is written. Many people will say, if you do this, you control your mind. No, this is how to control your mind. So Krishna speaks to Arjuna in different contexts. But what he speaks, from that we can adopt few things. That is the first topic I am going to speak is about how to control your mind. Why to control your mind? Anybody answer except for you? Okay, I will only ask few people.
We need to control our mind because we don't want bad thoughts into our mind, and we need only good thoughts, and we need to keep our brain fresh. That's why we need to control.
That's a good answer. See, all of you guys are here. Why? Why? To read, to get educated, to get a job, to get success, basically. Otherwise, why else would your parents send you here? They could have kept you in home, right? They wanted you to be success, right? And you have to get success, right? Yes or no? So, first things first. What? How to control your mind? From controlling your mind, you will get success. See, let me give an example. Simple example. All of us face this. You write exams, right? Yes or no? You have 10 days for your exams. First day, what do? You do time pass. Okay? Because you have 9 days for exam. Next day also you do same thing. Because you have 8 days. Next day also same, 7 days. After 5 days you do the same thing. You will be procrastinating. Let us postpone that event. And one fine day comes the exam day, before exam day, and don't read it at all. Yes or no? Some people do this, right? Please raise hand who do this, who have experienced it. Be honest. See, this is why you should control your mind. Right? So, let me begin. So, Krishna says in this verse means sloka, O son of Kunti, who is Arjuna, Kunti's son. See, happiness and distress, they are two things that come in every person's life. If I ask one person whether he is always throughout his life sad, he'll say no, right? Of course, there will be some event where he would be happy. Happiness and distress are two feelings that come and go just like winter and summer seasons. Summer season and winter season. You know it, right? Basic geography. It come and go in your life. So what Krishna says, don't get affected by them. Krishna says, let happiness come. If you feel happy, no problem. But you don't get too much attached. I'll tell you why. Then Krishna says, when distress comes also, you don't get too sad about it. Krishna says, a true karma yogi is one who can control his senses. A person, if he is successful, it's because of this. If he controls his senses, then only he is able to get success in his life. So, what we can learn from this is to control your mind. Many of you are not concentrating, that is very bad. No problem. I'll ask you a few questions. If you do not concentrate, I will call you here. No problem. So, next verse, Krishna says, for the soul there is no death, no birth. Have you ever heard, except for the soul, something that doesn't have a creation or a birth, and something that cannot be destroyed? No, right? You are also born. You are also someday you are going to die. Everything is going to annihilate, but soul is not like that. So, what is the relation between this verse and our topic? See, Krishna says this to Arjuna, when Arjuna says that, oh Krishna, I am hesitant to fight with my own relatives. Why? Why? Can anybody answer from the girls? Simple question. Why was Arjuna hesitant to fight with his own relatives?
Because he had so many happiness and sadness which he shared with their relatives.
What she tried to say is, it was Arjuna had their relatives from the beginning, and how could he kill their own relatives? Now, if somebody asks to go tomorrow murder your family members, will you do that? No. But Arjuna was asked to do this. See, he had a reason. Simply, he was not murdering. We don't call Arjuna as a murderer. We call him as a warrior. Yes or no? Somebody who heard Shivaji, Sambhaji, great warriors, we call them murderer. We call them warrior. Why? Because they have control in their mind and they execute their duties without hesitation. So, what Krishna is trying to say here is, soul doesn't have birth or not death. So, Arjuna, if you kill also, they will not be killed. So, simply don't come under influence of your mind. Do what is said to be done. The same way, don't come in the control of your minds and do what is meant to be done. in this verse, this is another shloka, very important shloka. I have taken some 7 or 8 verses that are very, very important in the Gita. So we read this, these 8 or 7 verses which I have taken. This is very important. Please read it. Of course, nobody is going to do that. I know that. See, what makes the difference, Everybody gives lectures. It's not the problem with the teachers. Maths teacher, for example. You have always go to maths classes, right? If you go to 11th, you have maths lectures, physics lectures, chemistry lectures. See, difference cannot be made by the person who is standing here. Difference can be made by the person who is sitting there. If he indicates what he is saying here, then he can change the world. If you don't do this, nothing can be done to you. So who do you want to be? Successful or a wage fellow? So if you want to be successful, you should not be ignorant. So Srila Prabhupada says, Maya is a curtain of ignorance. So we have to surpass it. We have to control our mind. So Krishna says, one who controls his mind or senses is the friend of himself, and the one who comes under the control of his senses is the enemy of himself. Please think about it, what I said. So here, the shloka talks about 3 verses. Sorry, 3 modes. Good mode, passionate mode, and bad mode. Krishna says, now I am going to ask a very interesting question to everybody. Who do you want to be? Good, passionate, or bad? Yeah. In the back they are not answering. Tell them.
Their voice is very valuable. If you go and invite them, then only they can able to do that.
So who do you want to be? Passionate, good, or bad? You say bad also no. What Krishna says, very interesting. He says don't be these 3 also. Come out of these 3 also. What Krishna says, these 3 modes of nature, good, goodness, passionate, and badness, come out of this. And look once what is there behind you. Krishna says, don't be these 3 also. If I name these 3 terms, that will be Tamasa, Raja, and Sattva Guna. He says, don't be these 3 qualities also. Don't have these 3 qualities also. Why he says this? This needs a very deep intellectual, philosophical understanding. So, by simply saying something by the speaker and you are hearing, that too with half-minded, that is of no use. But inspiring you guys to read Bhagavad Gita, if I inspire somebody to read Gita, even one person, that would be good. I would be satisfied. Who would like to read Bhagavad Gita after saying this and all? You could see a few hands raised. I guess they did not hear what I said. Okay, no problem. So, next topic, the second thing, I told you I discussed 3 things. Second thing is to have courage. What do you mean by courage? Simple. Who wants to, I'll call here somebody, they should speak 20 seconds about courage. Not you. Prithvi. Yeah.
courage.
This telling about me to speak about courage about 20 seconds. Uh, he tells about courage in meaningful words that I am saying you that courage need everyone to make them success in their life. And courage is there in their life. They can make success in their life and make proud of their parents. Uh,
No power. See, he has courage. Even though he did not speak about courage, he has courage. Why I am saying this? Because he came here, that's all is enough. He came here and he spoke something about courage. That means he has courage. You all don't have courage. I pointed him and called him to speak. But no problem. Now coming to the topic, what is courage? It is opposite of fear, right? See, Krishna says, soul cannot be cut into pieces and cannot be destroyed. Same thing he is saying. So, why he says this to Arjuna, I know. Arjuna supposes he feels sad, oh, I have to kill my relatives. So, what I will do now? What Krishna said, no. You don't think about all these things, you just be courageous. Don't come into the influence of your senses. Come out of it. Same thing only he says in the last two verses. And to have courage. So this shloka is very important. What it says, for one who has taken his birth, death is certain. Right? For one who has taken birth, death is certain. And for one who is dead, birth is certain. What he says, no. He simply says that there are humps and plane surfaces in a road. If you are unsuccessful, then there will be success waiting for you. If you are successful, then you will have a big downfall. That will be waiting for you. That is how changes works. Srila Prabhupada says, changes is law of nature. But be yourself is what makes it important. Be yourself. Changes let them happen. Be yourself. That is what Krishna says. So, therefore, it is unavoidable to discharge your duties. So, birth will be happening, death will be happening. You do your duties. That's all. What do you learn from this? What do you learn? Anybody? Please stand there only and say. What do they learn?
This verse says us that if now he says that if you have a birth, of course you will have a death. And if you have a death, again birth is there. So you don't need to fear that if I do something, will it be wrong? Or if I die, what will happen? If in the war, for example, if I go in the war, if I die, what will happen? My life will go. Whatever, my family will be crying. Those things you have to not think. You have to build your courage and do your duty. That thing you can understand.
That's fine. Yeah, that is the brief summary of this verse. So, next one. So, in this verse, Krishna says, "O descendant of Bharata." What does that mean? That means he is a relative, ancestor. Arjuna is not ancestor of Bharata. Bharata is ancestor of Arjuna, by the way. He who dwells in the body. Who dwells in the body? Who dwells? Soul. Yeah, soul. Soul who dwells in the body is eternal and can never be slain. Why Krishna is saying this 3, 4 times repeatedly? He's saying soul has not destruction. Simply saying 3, 4 shlokas he said same thing. Simply say no. That means he wants to try to convey you what you have to do